Hi, welcome back to Just Stop Breathing. So today another video about something that's angered me or hit my attention in the world, in the news, and that is Raygun. If you don't know who Raygun is, it's the Australian breakdancer who got 0 points in the Olympics and made a spectacle of herself breakdancing in a really ridiculously bad way. And there's a few things I want to say about that. And the first one is just about the Olympics in general, which is, it's really poor in most sports, in fact all sports, except the Olympics really. People have to be excellent in their sport. You have to actually succeed to get somewhere. If you're a footballer or a cricketer or play rugby or you're a tennis player, you have to be good to succeed, because that's what happens. It still means sometimes people get sponsored for their sports, but you have to be good and you have to be able to compete. Unfortunately with the Olympics, because of the way that works, all countries want to send someone to all sports, and that doesn't mean at all that those people are good. In fact, you can be someone whose dream is to go to the Olympics and you're from some country that has no experience in a sport and you're rubbish at that sport and you've got no chance, but they'll still send you and they'll support you and they'll pay for all your training and they'll pay for you to go. And that's very nice for them, but it doesn't make the greatest spectacle, and maybe they need to relook at what the Olympics is, because it's not become a place of excellence, it's become a place of people that kind of want to go to the Olympics. And that's a whole nother topic, but that's my first fault. Secondly, on Raygun as well, firstly, it's kind of, I don't know how Australians select people. I'm not aware of what their selection process is, but I would assume it's similar to how it is in most countries, where they would check, whether someone's good enough to go. And I can't believe that Australia and whoever regulates the selections and the breakdancing didn't look and check this person wasn't up to standard. Because obviously they're not even close, and you would think that with any sport, I don't care if it's gymnastics, athletics, shooting, rowing, breakdancing, it doesn't matter what it is, you would think that that country, before they send somebody all the way to the Olympics, would at least review whether that person is competent. And that's, again, back to that thing about the Olympics. It's weird. If you sent someone to play in a tennis tournament representing the Davis Cup or something, you would know and check that they were good enough. You wouldn't just send somebody, or if they were going to play the Ryder Cup in golf, you wouldn't just send somebody and think, oh, I wonder if they're good enough, let's just send them anyway. You would know their form and you would check. So it's odd. It's very weird. I don't know how that happened there. That's for Australia to work out, and that's for them to decide how they managed to send somebody that was that bad. And the final fault on this, which is a bigger fault about the world in general nowadays, is this Raygun person. I've got no axe to grind against her. It is what it is. But she's now become famous for being rubbish and crap. And that's what's wrong with society in general. There are way too many people now that are famous for being someone online, someone who did something bad actually, someone who did nothing, and yet they have become famous. That's kind of a thing that reality TV started, where you can just be on something like Big Brother, and you would become famous just for being on there, although you didn't do anything other than probably something pretty tacky actually, but you just become famous for it. And unfortunately that's become something generally in the world, and this Raygun person is probably more well known than almost everybody else at the Olympics, because she was rubbish. And she will become well known now. She could go and write a book, she could probably get on a reality TV show, she could do many things that other people won't be able to do, including other Olympians who trained and did really well, which we couldn't name. We can't name who came 5th in the certain boar hunting, shooting category, or who came 7th in archery out of 100 people, or who came, we won't know, because we won't know, we don't care. But she will be famous, and she could get on TV shows and talk about this, and that's what's wrong with society, that someone, and it's not her fault, I'm not blaming her for this, but it's just the whole setup where someone is bad, gets sent somewhere without anyone checking that they're bad, does something pointless and a waste of time, and then because they're that bad we talk about it, and that person becomes famous and has loads of doors and opportunities open to them where other people that that trained for years and did pretty well in their respective sports don't get is all manner of wrong. And like I said, I'm not blaming her for it. It's just a comment on society and how that kind of situation is set up nowadays. Anyway, that's my thoughts about that. Like I said, it's all bad. I'm not blaming her, although I do blame her in the context that, again, if you're anybody in anything, I'm assuming that she, knows about breakdancing, she must have realised she wasn't good enough as well, as you would realise if you weren't that good in tennis, or you would, she must have realised she wasn't that good. So I don't know what she was thinking, because why you'd want to go and represent your country if you weren't that good, I don't know, because it's not about representing your country because you're representing your country. You want to represent your country and be good. Yeah, sure, you might be from a country where you're not going to win a medal and you know that you're not going to be competitive with other countries, but at least you know you're very good in your own right. But you don't go to the Olympics thinking I'm all right, I'll just make do because I just want to go, and that's what's wrong with that. And that is her fault, because she should have given some thought to whether she was going to be competitive. But anyway, thanks for watching. Just Stop Breathing. God, sometimes I feel like just stopping breathing thinking about these. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time.